Hi guys, Love Book Triangle Lindsay here, and I'm going to be talking about my favorite book of the month. That would be The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. It was my third read this month, and I really wasn't sure what this was about. I haven't been watching the trailers for the movie that's coming out. If you guys don't know, this was made into a movie and it's going to come out the first week of August. And my friends had read this probably, I want to say 2 years ago. And I have had this on my shelf, never picked it up. But since we're going to be seeing the movie, I wanted to know what I was in for. And like I said, I haven't been watching the trailers. I just know the kids had special abilities, and that's all I've known going into it. And I loved it. I loved it so much. I love the world, and I need to read more. I need to continue. But anyway, so the story follows a girl named Ruby. She is going to be turning 10 years old. But then all of a sudden, all the stuff starts happening at school. Kids just start dying, or they're disappearing, and no one really knows what's going on. So the night before Ruby's 10th birthday, she just feels a little weird, getting a little headache. She just goes into her parents' room, they're sleeping, and she just touches them. And then the next morning she wakes up expecting her birthday pancake. She goes downstairs and her mom starts freaking out. She doesn't know who Ruby is, there's no birthday pancakes, her dad doesn't know who she is, and it's just a big mess. And then next thing she knows, these people, all in black, they're PSF, they're coming and they're taking her from home, and she hasn't been home since. So these kids, Psy, I think I'm saying that right, PSI, they have special abilities, and no one knows how they're getting them, why they're getting them. Just kids between the ages of 8 to 14 are starting to get all these abilities, from something as simple as a photogenic memory all the way to being able to blow stuff up or controlling people's minds and making them do things without their knowledge of doing it. And they go to this camp. Well, there's camps all around the country, and when Ruby gets to her camp, she's freaking out, and the kids are classified by colors. Green is the least harmless, all the way to red being the most, causing the most harm with your ability. And Ruby just is like, green, green, I'm green, and she gets sorted into green. 6 years later, something happens. Ruby is still at this camp, and there's this thing called white noise, or calm control, and it affects only people with these abilities, so only the Psy children. And she just reacts to it a lot worse than she normally does, which is actually this group, the Children's League, kind of scoping kids out to see who has these different abilities. They found out Ruby was lying, she was green, and she was really an orange. So they get her out, but then Ruby doesn't think she can trust these people. She meets this little girl named Zoo along the way, and she ends up going with Zoo, who is with these two other guys, Liam and Chubbs, and then they are together for the rest of the book. They want to look for a place called East River. It's this place run by kids, for kids, like a safe house for them, and they're not sure where it is, how to find it. They have some leads, but stuff just isn't working out for them. And there's these people called skip tracers, which are basically bounty hunters that are looking for the children. And now the Children's League is looking for Ruby because she disappeared from them, and all this stuff is going on. So they are on this adventure looking for East River, and let's see, I'm trying to think where should I continue so I don't spoil stuff for anybody, but I'm probably one of the last people to actually dive into this book. So well, they do find their safe haven, and they find out who the Slip Kid is, and that is the leader of the camp. I will not say who that is, but there's just a lot that happens once they make it to East River, something big. And at first I was getting mad because I thought they were going to do this love triangle thing, but then other stuff happens and I was happy again. I was right with the book. But the Slip Kid, I'll just say, isn't who you think he is and what his intentions are. But then something pretty heartbreaking for me happens at the end of the story, and like, it's not just with one character, it's with quite a few of them. It's like, oh my gosh, no, this can't happen, please don't do this. And so it really has me wanting to read the next book in the series. I really didn't plan on going beyond the Darkest Minds for a while. I just wanted to prepare for the movie, but now that I loved it so much, I'm probably going to pick up the next book in the series a lot sooner than later. But I just loved all the characters. They all have different things about them that you just really enjoy, and also I thought the color system for the kids was funny, because when I subbed in a school district, they used the color system as their behavior system. So like, if you landed on green, you had a great day, and if you landed on red, you had a not so great day. They just didn't have orange, but they had the green, blue, yellow, and red. So I just found that really funny, how green was good and green is good in here all the way up to red, which is not so good, just like at the school. So I thought that was something that was pretty funny, got a little chuckle out of it. And there's one thing that I was upset about in the book, not at the book, just something going on, was the parents. Like, all these parents in the book so easily gave up their children. Some of them were trying to hide their children because they didn't want them going to these camps, which they were told they were reforming the kids. In reality, they are not. But these parents so easily let the PSF take their children. They thought they were freaks, and they didn't want their kids around anymore. If I had a child with a special ability, I would do everything I could to help them learn about their ability and help them control it. I think it would be something so special that they had. So that just upset me, that these parents could just give up their child without knowing where they were sending them to. So parents out there that are watching, would you give up your child this easily if all of a sudden they were able to move things with their mind or be able to read minds? I mean, sure, it might be a little scary, but come on, it's your flesh and blood, your child. So that I didn't understand. But you know, Ruby's a really likable character. Liam's a great guy. Zoo, she doesn't talk. We don't know why she doesn't talk, so I'm interested to explore that more. But she's also a really sweet little girl. Chubbs, he's funny, so I liked that. And you just really like all the characters, and I want to know so much more about them, why they're getting these abilities. I want to know more about the abilities themselves, because in this book you're basically told this is the color you are and this is what you do. You don't really go more into depth with the power, and I would just like to know more about that because I find that really interesting. So I still have so many more questions. I just thought it was a really great read. I'm really excited for the movie now. So yes, I have been watching the trailers, and I'm just excited to continue this series. So I'm hoping the book to movie is pretty good. I know nothing ever compares to the book, but you always hope for the best. So The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, I definitely recommend this. And if you don't want to read it, go see the movie, and maybe that will get you interested in reading it, because I'm excited for it. So what was your favorite book this month? Till next time, guys. Bye.